Hey everyone, and welcome back. You know how sometimes you just feel like you're stuck on autopilot? Like your life is just this pre-recorded track and you're just going through the motions?
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that feeling.
Well, get ready to break free because today we're taking a deep dive into the mind of Neville Goddard.
Well, this should be interesting.
Yeah, Neville Goddard was this 20th century mystic who believed we're not just passengers on this ride called life.
So he thought we had more control than we think.
Way more. He believed we're actually the ones in the driver's seat with the power to steer our reality in any direction we choose.
I like where this is going. So how do we do that?
Buckle up, because Goddard's ideas might sound a little out there at first, but trust me, it's a fascinating ride.
Okay, I'm all ears.
One of his key concepts was the idea of thinking fourth dimensionally.
That sounds pretty complex.
Hmm,
Most of us can barely handle three.
right. Even I'm still wrapping my head around it, but what does that even mean? Thinking beyond our usual three dimensions.
It's a bit of a head trip, but it goes something like this.
Okay, lay it on me.
Imagine you're watching a movie. In our usual 3D world, we experience time as this straight line, right? We see the film frame by frame as it unfolds.
Yeah, just like our lives day by day.
Exactly. But Godard believed that all those frames, all those moments in time, they actually exist all at once in this dimensionally larger world.
Whoa, hold on. So instead of watching the movie scene by scene, we can somehow see the entire film reel at the same time.
That's the idea. It's like we're stepping outside of time as we know it and seeing the past, present, and future as this one big interconnected tapestry.
Okay, now my mind is officially blown. But if everything is happening all at once, doesn't that mean the future is already set?
That's the paradox, isn't it? Godard believed we exist in this strange space where our future is both predetermined and also something we can influence.
So it's like destiny, but we can still kind of nudge it in a certain direction.
Godard used this really cool example. He once dreamt about delivering a package, getting letters from an elevator operator, and being greeted by the hostess at his building's restaurant.
Sounds pretty normal so far.
Here's the catch. The next day, each of those events actually happened, but in a totally different order than in the dream.
Whoa, that's trippy. So it's like the events were all there in the fourth dimension, but he was able to rearrange them.
That's how Godard saw it, and he believed we can all do this, not just in dreams, but in our waking lives as well.
Okay, I'm all for rewriting my reality, but how do we actually tap into that power?
Godard believed one powerful way is through our assumptions.
Assumptions, you mean like those little thoughts and beliefs we have about ourselves and the world?
Yeah, exactly. He was adamant that even the seemingly insignificant assumptions can harden into facts and shape our experiences.
I guess I've always heard the saying, what you believe is what you get, but I never really thought that much about it.
Right. It might sound simple, but there's a powerful mechanism at play here.
Explain. I'm all ears.
By assuming the feeling of our wish fulfilled, really feeling it in our hearts and minds, we start to act in ways that align with that assumption.
So it's not just about thinking positive thoughts, it's about actually feeling the emotions as if it's already happened.
You got it. It's about engaging your whole being, your thoughts, feelings, and even your actions.
So if I'm constantly assuming the worst is going to happen, I'm actually attracting negative experiences into my life.
That's the idea. Godard believed we're like walking magnets, constantly attracting circumstances that resonate with our dominant assumptions.
That's both empowering and kind of terrifying at the same time.
It's like realizing you have this incredible power you never knew you had.
And the responsibility that comes with it.
Exactly. So it's not just about thinking happy thoughts. It's about choosing the assumptions we want to hold
Yeah.
and recognizing their power.
Okay, so we've talked about thinking fourth dimensionally and choosing our assumptions. What else did Goddard believe was key to shaping our reality?
This is where it gets really interesting. He was a huge believer in the power of our imagination.
Like daydreaming.
Kind of, but way more powerful than that.
Yeah.
He saw imagination as this incredible force that literally shapes our reality.
Whoa, so he's saying our inner world literally creates our outer world.
Exactly. He believed that everything we experience in our three-dimensional world is a projection of our inner world, our thoughts, beliefs, and, yes, our imaginations.
I'm starting to see why this guy was considered a mystic.
Oh, and we've only just scratched the surface.
There's more.
Oh, yeah. He had all sorts of fascinating ideas and experiences that we'll dive into as we continue our deep dive into the mind of Neville Goddard.
I'm hooked. I can't wait to hear more. Okay, so we're living in these self-created realities shaped by our thoughts and imaginations. But are we totally isolated in our own little bubbles?
That's where it gets really interesting,
Mm.
because Godard believed we're not as isolated as we might think.
So our bubbles are bumping into each other.
More like merging. He had this idea that we're all interconnected in this dimensionally larger world.
Okay, remind me again. Dimensionally larger world.
A fourth dimension, time, where everything is happening all at once.
Right, right. So how are we connected in this fourth dimension?
Godard envisioned consciousness as this vast ocean, and we're all like drops in that ocean.
I like that imagery. So our individual consciousness is part of this larger ocean of consciousness.
Exactly. And just like waves in the ocean, our thoughts and feelings can ripple out and affect others,
So my thoughts and feelings can actually impact other people.
especially when those thoughts and feelings are supercharged with emotions, love, hate, those really powerful ones.
So you're saying my negativity could actually be harming others?
It's a possibility. But on the flip side, think about the power of love and compassion. Imagine the positive ripples we could create.
Wow, it really makes you think twice about what you're putting out into the world.
It's a huge responsibility.
Yeah.
It's like realizing that we're not just creating our own realities, we're contributing to a collective reality.
So it's not just about manifesting my own desires. It's about how my thoughts and actions contribute to the world we all share.
That's the big picture. And it raises a question. What kind of world do we want to create?
A world filled with love, obviously. But how do we get there when there's so much negativity and division?
It starts with each of us, with recognizing the power of our thoughts and imaginations.
So even small shifts in our own consciousness can make a difference.
Absolutely. Remember Godard's idea that assumptions harden into facts? Well, the same goes for our beliefs about the world. If we assume the world is a dangerous and hostile place, that's what we'll experience.
And the opposite is true, too. If we choose to see the world as a place of love and abundance, that's what we'll attract.
That's the idea. It all comes back to that thinking fourth dimensionally thing. It's about recognizing that we're not just reacting to the world, we're actively shaping it.
So instead of feeling like a victim of circumstance, I can actually take ownership of my experience and start creating the reality I want to see.
That's the power we all possess. It's about aligning our inner world with the outer world we desire.
I'm starting to get it, but there's still a part of me that feels stuck. Like I know I have this power, but how do I actually access it?
It's a process. And it starts with becoming aware of our I amness.
I amness. Okay, you've lost me again.
It's the core of who we are. The answer to the question, who am I?
Well, I'm host's name, obviously. But I think I get what you're saying. It's about our self-concept, right? Our deepest beliefs about ourselves.
Exactly. And those beliefs shape our reality. If we believe we're limited, we'll live a limited life.
But if we believe we're capable of amazing things, if we believe we're worthy of love and abundance, then
Those beliefs become our reality.
it sounds almost too simple. But I guess that's the beauty of it, right?
It is simple, but it's not always easy. It takes effort to change those deep-seated beliefs.
So how do we do it? How do we shift our I amness to align with the reality we desire?
Godard had a great saying for this. He said, "Let the weak say, I am strong."
So it's about declaring a new identity, about
Correct.
stepping into the role of the person we want to become.
Exactly. And that's where imagination comes back into play. We can use our imaginations to embody that new identity, to feel it as if it's already real.
It's like we're bridging the gap between our current reality and the reality we desire.
And that bridge is built with imagination. It's like we're sending a signal out to the universe. This is who I am. This is what I believe. This is what I'm creating.
I'm starting to see how all these pieces fit together. The fourth dimension, assumptions, imagination, our I amness. It's all interconnected.
It is. And it all points to the incredible power we have to shape our reality.
But let's be real, this takes work, right? It's not like we just snap our fingers and suddenly our dream lives manifest.
You're right. It takes effort, consistency, and a willingness to challenge our limiting beliefs.
And sometimes we're going to mess up. We're going to fall back into old patterns of thinking.
That's okay. It's all part of the process. The key is to keep practicing, to keep refining our understanding of this language of conscious creation.
It's like learning any new skill. It takes time and patience.
And a good teacher. Luckily, we have Godard's wisdom to guide us.
Speaking of guidance, I have a question about the ethical implications of all this. If we're all influencing each other with our thoughts and imaginations, doesn't that raise some concerns?
That's a very important point, and it's why Godard emphasized the importance of love.
Because love is the most powerful force.
Absolutely. He believed that love is the key to unlocking our full potential as conscious creators, and that it's the foundation for creating a world that benefits everyone.
So it's not just about manifesting our own personal desires. It's about aligning our creative power with love and using it to create a more beautiful and harmonious world for ourselves and everyone around us.
Beautifully said. That's the ultimate goal, isn't it? To use our power to create a world where everyone can thrive.
It's an inspiring vision, and it gives me hope that even amidst all the challenges we face, a better world is possible.
And it's a vision that we can all contribute to. Every thought, every action, every choice we make is a vote for the kind of world we want to live in.
It's a powerful reminder that we're not just passive observers in the story of our lives. We're the authors, we're the creators.
And we have the power to write a new story. A story filled with love, joy, and abundance for all.
I love that, and I think that's a perfect place to wrap up this part of our deep dive into Neville Goddard's mind-blowing ideas.
I agree. It's a lot to digest, but I hope it sparked something within you. A sense of possibility, a sense of empowerment, a sense of hope.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
Okay, so we've explored all these mind-blowing ideas, but how do we actually put them into practice? Where do we even begin?
Well, we touched on one of Goddard's techniques earlier, the controlled waking dream.
Right, where we vividly imagine our desire as if it's already happening?
Exactly. It's about creating a scene in your mind so real that it feels like you're actually experiencing it.
That makes sense in theory, but honestly, I have a hard time staying focused. My mind tends to wander.
It's definitely a skill that takes practice. Our minds are naturally quite busy.
So practice is key. But are there any other techniques we can try?
Absolutely. Another one Goddard talked about is called revision.
Revision, like editing a document.
Sort of. But in this case, we're revising our past experiences.
Wait, we can change the past?
Not literally, but we can change how we feel about it.
Okay, I'm intrigued. How does that work?
Let's say there's a past event that still bothers you. Maybe you said something you regret or made a mistake.
I think we've all been there.
Instead of dwelling on those negative feelings, you can use revision to mentally go back to that scene and imagine it playing out differently.
So I'm basically rewriting the script in my mind.
Precisely. You imagine yourself responding in a more positive or constructive way.
And by changing the scene in my mind, I'm actually changing the energy around it.
That's the idea. You're essentially creating a new memory, a revised version that feels better.
So I'm not erasing the past, I'm just changing my perspective on it.
Exactly. And by feeling those positive emotions associated with the revised memory, you're shifting the energy around that event in the fourth dimension.
This is fascinating. It's like we have the power to heal our past and create a more positive present just by changing our perspective.
That's the power of the mind. And here's the really cool part. By revising our past, we're also changing our assumptions about the future.
I see the connection. By letting go of past regrets and resentments, we're freeing ourselves to create a better future.
Exactly. It's about breaking free from those limiting beliefs that hold us back.
So we can use revision to create a more positive self-image and a more empowering outlook on life.
Exactly. And that's just one of the many techniques Goddard offered for shaping our reality.
It's incredible to think that we have this much power within us.
It is. But it's important to remember that it takes effort. It's not just about wishing for things to be different.
So we can't just sit back and expect our dream lives to magically appear.
Not quite. It requires conscious effort and a willingness to challenge our limiting beliefs.
Right. It's like learning any new skill. It takes practice and patience.
And a belief in ourselves. We have to trust that we're capable of creating the reality we desire.
This whole conversation has been so inspiring. But before we wrap up, I have one more question.
Sure. What's on your mind?
We've talked a lot about personal transformation, but what about the world around us? Can we really use these ideas to make a positive impact on a larger scale?
That's a great question. And I think Goddard would say absolutely yes.
So it's not just about improving our own lives. It's about using our power to create a better world for everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Remember his emphasis on love. He believed that love is the most powerful force in the universe, capable of transforming not just individuals, but entire societies.
That's a beautiful thought. So as we become more conscious creators, we can also become more loving and compassionate human beings.
And that's what will ultimately create lasting change.
This has been such a mind-expanding journey. Thank you so much for sharing your insights and for guiding us through Goddard's world.
It's been my pleasure. I hope this deep dive has inspired you to explore the incredible potential that lies within you.
I know it has for me. And to all of you listening, thank you for joining us. Remember, you are the creator of your reality. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and never stop imagining the world you want to see.
Until next time, keep diving deep.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. It would be a great source of help to maintain and develop this channel and the correlated website. This book overview was presented to you by olbooksummary.com. Are you interested in more insights into personal development books or motivational and inspirational books? Please visit olbooksummary.com and you will find a library of the most helpful self-development and human character development books overviews. See you soon with the next books overview video.